out. Like, if I had known that, I think 4 years ago, I don't think I would have even got that much anxiety, and I think I would have learned better. So I'm gonna give it some time. Like, it's been a month, and I have noticed that I've gotten better. Like, sometimes I'd wake up in the morning and I couldn't plan my day. I had to go call my girlfriend to see what she had to do, or ask my mother or father what they had to do to see if I could maybe get a ride to go do that. Like, my life revolved around if they weren't busy, if somebody else wasn't busy.
So you feel like more dependent on people to get around.
I hate it. Yeah, I hate it. And like, it's kind of like, I didn't know what I was going to be doing all the time. Like, and then now it's getting better now that, like, just even coming here, like, I would have to, it would be $50 for an Uber, like, because Bedford's like kind of like not really near anything. So like, anytime I needed to go somewhere, I had to factor in $50, like $25 to get there and $25 to get back. And it started making me like so screwed up. I'd be at the house and I'd be like, well, I don't think I really need, like, is that ride over to there $50? Like, and it started making it where I like wasn't functioning. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't functioning very good.
So I'm going to recap what you're saying. What you're saying is your anxiety is brought on by the fact you are not feeling independent.
Yeah.
You're financially in a crushed space, and you're also not seeing many choices.
Yeah,
right?
I can't.
So what it is indirectly putting suffocation on the time. You in your mind had like a deadline you couldn't meet, and that's suffocating you. That's another way to say it. And I'm going to paraphrase it, and I'm going to say it in another way. I went through a phase like last month, I think. I was like overwhelmed even in my own family, like, because sometimes even though I'm producing results, my husband still felt that I didn't do what was expected of me, which is the way he judges me is I haven't pruned my yard yet. I mean, like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean too.
But like, so.
How did you deal with it?
No, that's what I'm going to share how it happened, okay? And one of my friends always said, you can divorce your husband, you can never divorce your children. My elder one started treating me the same way, like my husband. So he will mock me and he'll say things. So like, I try to figure out the reason people are doing that is, even though I'm doing 100 things, they have only 1 or 2 target of theirs I'm not meeting. So you're a failure in their opinion. You understand?
Yeah.
So like I'm going to tell what happened to me. And now I reached Dr. Brown 2.0. This is Dr. Brown 1.0. I'm recanting. I really felt I opened a time portal. Okay. And I'm going to share how I did it. So I tried to figure out from my husband, because he says you're not pruning. And so I went and pruned. Like, I kind of like did what was the best I could. And he couldn't even see it. That's because his target was never that. So what I did, he couldn't even identify. I did like a Japanese Zen garden. And the way to do is the trees have branching. So the first place where they welcome with their hands open, that's the way they teach you in forest bonsai, is like they're opening. And so they receive you. So the first time they branch out, you then take out all the leaves underneath and the one on the back, and then all the leaves have to point out. So it's almost like the tree is open, So we had apricots, a lot of apricot trees in our yard. So I pruned it, and the bark is so beautiful. It's like brown, like with like a little white, tree. Yeah, apricot tree. I feel almost like it has sexy legs. That's the way I'll see it. So he still flips. I said, so then I decided to ask him a question that makes sense to me. I said, what happened? He goes to feed the bird feeder, and there is a raspberry bush that pricks him. So if I had known, I would have just taken the 3 raspberry bushes. See, it's as stupid as that. So the minute I pulled, he was very happy. So the thing is, right, you need to meet your target the way your brain wants to perceive. So that is with my husband, okay? So then afterwards, I decided instead of doing it my way, first let me figure out how he thinks. And then, like, so then he asked me to get out. I had beautiful Cosmos. I love Cosmos. Cosmos is actually Alan Haskell. He is in the Smithsonian Museum. He is the horticulturalist of this decade. When Carolyn Kennedy got married, the whole White House he decorated with white cosmos everywhere, and that was his wedding arrangement. And then when Princess D came, Diana, he decorated the whole White House with that. So I learned from him how to garden, and so I went to. It used to be in New Bedford, but I think his kids let it run down and stuff. But anyway, so I planted Cosmos, and you know what my husband said? Because I didn't ask his permission, it's not allowed to be there. So I had to swallow my pride, and I said, Keith, can I bring it back? He says, yes. Now that you asked, you can bring it back. So he has to have another rule is you need to ask first, then you're allowed. So sometimes I have to satisfy his ego. So then this is with my husband. So 2.0 transition happened to me. And then the third thing that happened with my eldest son was he says, our house, you have no idea about having it clean. This is a kid who throws up every morning. Okay, he goes and puts a towel and hides his the puke. And so I said, okay, let me figure out from him what exactly he's looking for. He wants the stove to be clean. So I went and I mopped it and stuff. And I told him, Ricky, I said, you could easily say, Mom, I don't like this space. Can you just clean it up? That would have been nicer instead of mocking, right? But that's because my husband trains him a certain way to talk to me. Other kids, thankfully, they don't use the same tones, but my husband and my eldest one reflect on each other. So then he says the whole place stinks. But I said, I don't eat the same food like you guys. If it is stinking, it's something you guys threw in the garbage. So then he realizes it is one of the sandwich, so he puts it away and puts it in the garbage, the garbage. So I said, okay. So then I went and asked him. I said, Ricky, I cleaned it up once. Come and take a look. He says, I don't have time now. I said, I'd rather you tell me whether it's to your standard. So he came and he said, oh, Mom, you did okay. So through my son, I learned one of the things he's looking for is under the kitchen counter, the garbage to be not smelly. And then, so my husband says, I should not do anything without his permission, okay? So we all went out to a restaurant, and I ordered clam cake, fried clams, and then French fries, and I had lemon slices. So when we came home, I didn't feel I had a fever-like symptoms last weekend, so I didn't finish it. So my kids were planning to eat it. They told us put it in the oven, it'll be fresher. So I like those lemon slices. That's why I packed. So I said, Keith, where are the lemon slices? Oops, it's in the garbage. So I took it out from the garbage, I washed and I ate it. But I was thinking first, why God, in spite of making so much money, you keep doing this to me? Eating out of garbage again and again. So unfortunately, they don't respect my faith. But that's okay. And I finally said, my teacher said the same thing. He says, if you combine pain with what's happening, he said, it is your ego. So I said, instead, why don't I be grateful? Thank you, God. He made me a mom for my kids. And I'm so grateful to be in this space. Whether it's garbage or not, he's sharing his life. So at least, I could be in that space. So when I did that, somehow the mental validation point became mute. And then I felt I crossed over, right? Then actually, last week, right? Yesterday, I had a conference with Curtis Lee Thomas. He was doing breath works. And he teaches a specific breath work that looks like you cry. So it's 2 breaths in. I don't know whether it's going to help you.
Yeah.
So you put your breath through the belly and then the chest.
Just breathe through your mouth.
Breathe through your mouth twice. So you 2 breaths in and then 1 out. I'm going to show you. So it's So it's like it goes in, and then it comes out. The expelling part is forceful because you're losing your breath, but you're like it's almost like swimming, okay? But the weird part is that's the way I used to cry when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because when like in the end of the exhaustion of crying, and you know how many, if we had 100 participants, how many people loudly cried. And that's when I realized I had no tear left because I really felt very beautiful inside. And I felt I don't need any more validation because it's all stupidity. Like, see, what it is they are not understanding the human in me, how much I love them enough to stay back. I could easily take off, like I could easily go back to India and stuff. But the thing is, I have enough love for my family to stay back. Because they need to give nothing back. And the other thing that happened is when my dad came last week, I was playing one of my old videos, and he finally looked and said, "How beautiful you are," which is never said, never, ever, ever acknowledged me as beautiful. I was always a tool for him to make money or to give comforts. Finally, when I said, okay, I'm done with my dad, like, I don't need him to show me love anymore. He saw me finally. But it took him that long. And, so when I decided, okay, I don't need my husband, I don't need my kids, but I need to keep doing my job because as a mother, I need to be there for them. Then I actually did voluntarily put back remember like my wedding ring, I took it off. I showed you guys. So I finally put it back. I said, you know what? I'm going to be there for him. Because yesterday when we did the meditation, the purpose I'm here is for him to reach the next level. And I felt if I could believe in all of you guys, that's the only reason I even got recovery is because of him. So I could see why I was in this game.
Yeah.
And then so it kind of made sense to me. So I said, okay. And first time in my life, I was driving home 10:30 at night after the workshop, 7 to 9. 10:30, I get a call from my husband. He says, where are you? He's never, ever bothered to know whether I was alive. First time in my life, my husband called me.
So it's been getting better.
See, the thing is, right, he's noticing me. I'm not saying it's getting better. I'm not going to judge it. But what I'm saying is, it's so interesting when you pull back and I'm done with it. People are coming, running.
Yeah. But
isn't that weird?
It's true though. Like, cause I've had similar things like that happen. But isn't that weird though? Like, and it's true. Like, as soon as you kind of don't care, like, I don't know.
It's like that Gone with the Wind,
but
honey.
I believe that.
Like that guy says, honey, I frankly don't care. Seriously, right? Like I feel
I don't know,
people get you. And then next day morning, my son, right? Like after this incident and stuff, he says, Mom, you did a good job. So I think at the spur of the moment, the best thing is not to lose words. Just like listen to where they were at. So yesterday, like, when I was watching this guy, he does excellent job, but he has to do so much work. Can you believe, like, leading 100 people, like, talking non-stop. And he really puts himself out there. But I don't think I have the drive. I don't think I want to like go on stage and like train 100 people, like, to get to the next level. So for me personally, I have achieved what I wanted. So he was asking us, what's your legacy? Even before I went for his meeting, look him up, Kurtis, CurtisLeeThomas.com.
I've heard that name before.
And so he does breath works and stuff. So he's with very famous people, Anthony Robbins and Oprah and other people. But one of his thing was when he initially was promoting his book, he went and ran to meet Oprah and took a selfie. So today morning I was thinking, wouldn't it have been nice to do a selfie with him? And I said, I was not in that space yesterday. I was not in the space where I needed to capture me with him. No, but like I was not, seriously, I was in a very beautiful space. I didn't really need that selfie. But I told him, hey, I have something, a present for you. And he says, what? And I gave him the Positive Anonymous 12 step. I said, this is what my legacy is about. I am going to leave behind first to 12-step program, which actually was done by my spiritual teachers. My original teacher, Master Chakravarti, coined a word called unwholesome behavior. He says in future it's all about behaviors. And I feel America will set standards for behaviors. Nowhere in any other country, they have mastery of behavior. Limbic therapy, which I teach you guys, is emotionally, whatever you feel inside, do not go back to your past and catalog it that this is who I am. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling mad. I'm doing this, that. That's just a poop that hasn't been passed.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is wake up every day with a brand new possibility. So if you're feeling a certain way, you just go back and say, what do I need to do to make me feel happy today? So don't catalog it from the back. But what I'm saying is take that feeling. And I feel, so today morning I was driving and I was feeling intensely anxious, just like you. And that feeling is very, very new to me. I've never, ever had anxiety.
Neither have I until like.
But you know what it was is because my heart opened to him. And that group I opened. So I felt I was opening up to people. And so one of the things is you need to expand your heart. See, what happens is by expanding, the energy goes away. But I had to heal that. I had to become a mother. I have to like catalog it and like, say, okay, I'm going to calm down. So the minute I came in, I was a little late. There was a lady who says, you're always late. I said, she has a problem with the memory. Actually, I'm going to tell, I don't know whether you met her. Remember that girl?
I think so.
So last week, right, like we were laughing about her because she comes and tells the other girl, I don't have a ride. So the other girl says, okay, she has a very short-term memory issue. So she can only remember her topic for 10 minutes. So she was doing this meeting, which is like, they're thinking for a change and she needs to make a copy for me. So, I just wanted to see whether she can process it. So I gave her the paper. So for 1 month, she has never, every week she'll come in, she'll say, oh, the office, the fax is not working, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, so she says, I am so mad at you because you came late. I said, okay, how long you have not made copies? Yeah. I said, are you ready with a copy? But the thing is, you need to have your wits together when people challenge you. So this girl, right, like she gives her a ride. So she's going, and she says, where do I live? So the other girl says, you just told me you were in that building, that project building in Lowell. Remember, like near the Jays?
Yeah.
So she lives there. And she says, oh, I need to get a nips. Can you stop there? She says, no, I'm not giving you. You need to stop over at the nips. So she says, okay, can you repeat me what I said? Where do I live? And she says, I have no idea. You only told me this building. I'm giving you a ride to that building. She says, don't worry. I have it here. I said, what? She says, I have a tag.
Holy shit. Like, I just...
So I'm like saying, people are so funny when you pick up fight with them. Can you believe I could have easily been activated today morning? I could have easily been mad.
Yeah.
But just call them out.
Yeah, I just feel like I did everything right the past few years, like by not driving. But when I look back on it, I feel like I lost a lot of life. Like I feel like by following this rule any longer, I'm giving more of my life.
So online,
my mom might not be here in 6 years. My parents might not be alive.
Okay.
I need them to see me normal.
You are normal. The reason is
right now.
See, the thing is, you're not looking at the same opportunity. I came across a specific vehicle that was only $179 that has wheels and it'll drive one more passenger.
I can't. I already, the vehicles are there. I need it for work.
No, but you can go to work, but you don't need it to be a certain way. It is not a car. It's a scooter, but with four wheels.
I can't take that to work. So I got to get in the passenger seat of the van, right? And then I'm on the phone. Sometimes the kid don't show up. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm staring at the van or the other truck, and I can't leave in it.
My dad has never learned driving
And
after
I
he
want,
came here.
and I should have got in it. And
See,
I
the
should
thing
have.
is, you're looking at
I
it
need-
with a certain expectation, and you're going
It's
to not get
childish
that.
what they're having me do. Like,
So you need to figure out and see what it is. You need to come up with a solution that's going to work for you.
there
right?
is one too. I
What is
know
it?
there is one.
What is it?
I don't know yet. But
So
like,
work on
but I
it.
really believe that I'm missing something to
Yes.
where this all can go together.
So that's why I said this year, this week, I evolved to Dr. Brown 2.0. And the 2.0 is so silly. I have decided what it is people are looking at me from a certain angle. So you just have to meet it. Like this girl blamed me for coming late. So you keep saying, hey, the minute you make copies, I'll be coming late.
Yeah.
So like I'm saying for you the same
I need
way.
to do a
Yes.
better way to look at it,
Yes.
or like the people that I might
You
be letting
need
down.
to need to have a workmate who's going to complement what your needs are, right? So you need to always have your shift like as a team. So this person, that's why actually in cannabis industry also one has to be a farmer, one has to be
so that it doesn't matter that much, and I'm not
because see cannabis industry they're going to come up with a transport law that 2 drivers has to be there because you cannot do like just like with the bank, right? You have to have 2 people drive. Same way with cannabis, you have to have 2
people. Now.
So what I'm saying is because you will be the watch out guy,
I need to have another, and that's the setup that's really going to work best for the job.
So you'll be a transport team, you need to really
because I feel like I'm not like, and it's not that I feel bad like I'm letting other people down. Like or whatever, I feel bad like about myself.
See,
about it.
The reason is you're looking at life as a goal-oriented approach,
and also
the goal-oriented approach creates frustration. Instead, if you look at it as a project-oriented approach, I need to finish this in a certain time. It just seems like then you would have no pressure.
It feels like so far away, and it feels like it's been so long. And
that's because in your mind you have set up a goal and break it. Maybe that's not your path. Maybe that goal is not what is needed. That's why yesterday, right, to rephrase, same way, because I had like 20 books I've written, right? I didn't know which one I want to give it to the guy as my legacy. When I looked at all that, I said, nothing is meaningful anymore. My dysfunctional family, I know how to deal with it. I know how to deal with the making money part. I feel all this is useless. So the only thing I'm looking for is to support a team. I'm feeling if I can give you enough hope to go on for one more day, I've achieved what I wanted. Yeah. Because what happens is people at that last minute, right, when they are in the point of giving up, something tells them it's worth fighting for. And that's the space I'm going to play. Yeah. And I feel for that, I need to really understand what is that tipping point. And I never want you to go walk this alone. There's no tipping point in life. Everything is falsehood projected by the...
They got me on this. I feel like this mistake of that car accident cost me.
That's because you're playing the same tape again and again and again and again.
And then you know what? I get it out of my mind where I don't even care. And then there'll be something will happen where it's even if I'm with my girlfriend's kids or whatever, I'm like, you know how bad I want to just take him for a ride in the car and show him something, or have me and him go on our own, but I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed.
See, there are 2 parts to it. One is
this becomes your
expectation of where you want to be is in conflict with reality. So the first thing is for you to be grateful you're not in jail and you're out, okay? Because once upon a time you were sitting in the cell and earning for this. No, I understand. But the thing is, this space where you want to hold, you prayed about it one day, right?
Yeah.
If you go back to that place where you were.
In there was more, I had more hope that it was going to be better when I got out.
But the problem is because your expectation of life is not matching up at what is showing up as reality. So you need to figure out what is another.
Well, I'm not really allowed. I'm not failing. I'm not allowed. There's
That's
a difference.
See, the thing is, you can remember that kid who played online and won $3 million.
Like, you know what I mean?
So why cannot you be an esports coach?
And then I feel like
you don't even need to ride.
I don't feel like I want to do anything wrong, but I feel like I could mess up my life by driving to work. Like,
That's because you want to drive. So what I'm saying is, you can be in that kid's life without driving.
Oh yes, and I have. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but we haven't done as much stuff or gone as many places.
So,
like,
so what I'm saying
because
is,
we couldn't.
No, learn how to be an esports coach. It's a new field.
Yeah,
where you can teach people how to make millions of dollars. Wouldn't that be better? Wouldn't you like to be having a chevron so you would drive limousine and make tons of money?
Yeah, I know, but it's not the same. Like
I think you need to don't box yourself in a certain expectation. That's what is creating.
I know that the last few years, like, kind of, it went by quick. Like, you know, it's almost been 5 years, and believe it or not, it's kind of gone by. So I know before I know it, it's kind of going to be over, and I'm going to wish that I just wasn't so upset this time. But, like, I'm still having a hard time with it. Like, but
that's because you have a certain outcome that's not being met, but you're not paying attention to what is being met. That's why I'm saying.
Oh yeah, like, just
so you
focus
need to
on
just
the things that you are getting.
That's why I'm bringing up the cocaine addiction and other stuff,
because that point is in my head.
Yes,
like, just like that.
Yes.
It is.
So you need to distract yourself so you don't think that way. And the only way you can distract yourself is focusing on your breathing. And because when you're
also,
breathing,
like you said, focusing on the things that you are being there and
but you don't even need to focus. What I'm saying is, if you stop thinking, that deep gratitude comes up.
It's so deep in there, like, about that feeling, about that, and the job, and there's like a constant reminder, like, where he leaves in the morning and I can't go do what he's doing, and he's not retired because of this mistake. Like, it's killing me. Like, you know what I mean? And I can't shake it, like, at all. Like, and I mean, it's fine. Like, but I literally just, I feel like I'm 15 years old again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I only am allowed to do that.
So the best thing when I'm feeling overwhelmed is I usually
use the anxiety medication wrong. Like, I feel like I became like an addict, like, on with that again. Like, I was taking it when I didn't have anxiety, more to just numb the feeling that I was having. Like, and I know that I was, like, you know, and then I knew that was bad for me, and I made an excuse, like, how am I gonna, like, when my knee was finished, I needed to build the muscles in my leg, and I was like, how am I gonna continue my physical therapy or eat or do anything, like, you know? So I had to wait till that was over, you know, to do it. And I felt like everybody just looked at me like, yeah, right. Like, you know what I mean? You just want to keep eating that to be fucked up. Like, you know, and like,
what is your favorite food?
I like a lot of stuff.
So what I'm saying is, distract yourself by eating really healthy.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like, you know, when you put like 5-HTP, which hydroxytryptophan, like in your belly, like, you know, when you feel your belly is full,
it has helped
somehow, like, you know, like, I feel the happiness. So I'm saying, like, you know, sometimes, like, you know, that's like kind of like a way to distract ourselves. And then when I'm overwhelmed, like, you know, believe it or not, I cook spam. That's my comfort, but like, I get spammed. But
we would cook like hot dogs and beans. Like,
so, like, you know, everybody has like some sort of a quirkiness, you know, like, you just have to figure out what is that one thing for you.
Well, most of the one thing, it all revolved around something, like, that I was driving, and like, the scooters helped. The scooters has helped, like,
So,
because I'm there, like, or like, I would get picked up and go to her house, and then I would kind of want to go back to my house for a few hours, like, to get some things done that I needed to, and then I'll be back, and then I would just stay there at her house, and I would not get it done because, like, I wouldn't get a ride back to my house, like. So, like, I'm actually being able to kind of be both places Like, you know, I used to have like bags of clothes. Like I'd bring like a backpack with like my phone charger and like all junk, you know what I mean? And then bag of clothes. And then I'd be going back and forth from her house and I'd be like, oh, I hate these bags. Like, you know what I mean? I hate these bags so much. So lately I haven't wanted to bring a backpack or a bag. And if it doesn't fit in my pockets, like I don't want to bring it, you know? Like I just started to get so frustrated in the way that was all working out. Like, you know, like nothing, I felt like I never was where I wanted to be. Like, and if I was, like, then I was there when too late, too early. Like, you know what I mean? And it just became a nightmare. Or I felt guilty. Like if I was in here, like, and if we were talking for a few minutes, I had somebody waiting. Like, or, do you know what I mean?
See,
like, I always felt bad.
The way I hear you is,
it was just constant
you are fighting yourself. So you really need to, like, you know, stop the tape. Don't stop the tape you're playing now. And really go into that space instead of focusing on what is not working. Focus on one thing that's working for you and build it.
This is good.
So what I'm saying is, learn
and the relationship with my parents, like, and everything has been going really well. Like at my house.
So, but like for your independence, let's focus on school. Like what I'm saying is, there are multiple. Like I told you, like, you know, my kids and my husband. Like, you know, I know they only are looking at one place to see whether I'm plugged in. Yeah. Same way in your life, there is one place you need to get plugged in, right? If in case you think that's cooler, go with that. And like, you know, figure out, like, you know, what all is the privileges with motorcycle association or whatever it is, like, you know, that limits you from your driver's like permission, you know. So like then build on it, you know, you understand. And actually they have come up with a new place, aluminiumtrailers.com. They feel if you do a hitch, it's so lightweight, you can do anything with that aluminum trailer hitches. It costs $1,500. Take a look at it, because you might be able to get that, like, you know, as like a hitch and transport stuff. But you have to think out of your box.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to run the business while I pay for it.
So
like I'm gonna have to pay somebody
go into aluminiumtrailers.com. I was looking at it. And the reason is, like, you know, that's a very nice micro shelter you can create, like, you know, like whatever it is, like for transport. And I feel like, take a look at that two-wheeler, $179 scooter. It's like almost looks like a golf cart.
I saw, you showed me, like the one that has like where you that opens up with like
yeah. So I feel personally there is no
I already have a business, like, you know what I mean. I already have.
But like I'm saying,
I'm
saying distract yourself so you give you more hope. That's what you're doing, is compressing yourself so you will explode, and that's not a good place to be.
Like, but like,
because then you'll act out and you'll end up in more trouble, right?
You know, like, and I'm not. Instead of like acting out and getting in trouble, I've just been kind of like in this like
imploding rather than exploding.
Yeah, like, or you know, like this depression, like, you know, like
that's only because you cannot see a way out. See, the thing is,
but I haven't been doing anything like stupid or anything, you know.
So what you need, like I said to you, is you're looking at it from a wrong angle. Like how you yourself said, what is it that I'm not paying attention to?
There's something that I'm missing that is going to make this all work together.
Keep poking at it, because you're going to plug enough holes so the floodgates will open. You know, maybe there's a possibility you are not even aware.
Yes, I know there is. Like, you know what I mean? Where I know there's a possibility where that I will be like, this, I don't even care that I don't have my license. I'm super happy, like, right now. Like, and I just, like, I got to keep, like you just
focus on one thing that your life is going to show that you're breaking through. Okay? Yeah. I'm so proud of you.